Hello everyone, this is Gamer of Knowledge and More, Gamer of Knowledge, Go Cam, or just Fred if you want to go by my real name, back with this video, and today we're whipping up a storm. Today it's a Magic the Gathering deck profile on Gnostro, Forge of the Crags, or Gnostro, Forge of the whatever you want to pronounce it. He's a Chimera who costs one of any, a blue, a red and a white, who has power and toughness of 3, and you can tap him to either squire X, deal X damage to target creature, or gain X life. X is the number of spells you've cast this turn. So he'll gain you 10 life if you've casted 10 spells that turn. And it's the same for the others. So for the deck, it wants you to cast as many spells as possible, so you can use Storm to win the game. I'm going to start with the ways of getting mana. So first is Soul Ring. I think I have it in most of my decks because of how easy it is turn 1. Next is, if you don't know what Soul Ring is, you pay 1 mana to bring it out and you tap it for 2 mana. Next is Wayfarer's Bauble. What it does is for 1 mana, you have an artifact that you pay 2 and tap it to sacrifice it to get a basic land into play tapped. Next is Walgreen Crystal. For 3 mana, it's an artifact that taps for either of my commander's colors, but it also has a sacking cost of 2. So that's an example of what the mana looks like in the deck. Next, since it's a storm deck, and I'm using mainly instant sorceries for this. So first I got Torwand's Sky Summoner. What it does is that for 2 of any and 2 blue, you got a Merfolk Wizard with power and toughness of 2, and he gives you a 2/2 blue Drake creature token with flying whenever you cast an instant sorcery. Next is Young Pyromancer. He gives you a 1/1 red elemental creature token whenever you cast an instant sorcery. And next is Dawnkin Artist, which is probably the best of the 3. He has Magecraft, so whenever you cast or copy an instant sorcery spell, you create a treasure token. And what treasure tokens are is that you tap them and sacrifice them to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. So since I've also got some copying shenanigans in the deck, he'll be really great, and I think he's my gamer proof card. Next is some other cards those are just cards that give me tokens. These are ones that do other things. So first is Whirlwind of Thought. It has the same cost as my commander, and it has whenever you cast a non-creature spell, draw a card. Next is Gutter Snipe and Firebrand Archer. Both of them all kind of do the same thing. One deals 2 damage to each opponent whenever you cast an instant sorcery, and one deals 1 damage to each opponent whenever you cast a non-creature spell. Next is some removal / protection. First up is Blue Elemental Blast and Pyroblast. They essentially do the same thing for opposite colors. So using Blue Elemental Blast as an example, it says choose 1, counter target red spell or destroy target red permanent. Pyroblast is essentially the opposite of it. Next is Overwhelming Denial. It can't be countered, and it can counter target spell, and it can be cheaper for a search cost. Next is Sword to Plowshares. For 1 white mana, you exile a creature and its controller gains life equal to its power. Next is Laser Tilt Plating. It gives you a zombie or army creature token, and it gives you and your permanents hexproof, so your opponents can't target you with spells or abilities. Next is Wear and Tear, so it destroys target artifacts and enchantment if you use both. Next, I got 3 storm cards in the deck. One is Grape Shot. What it does is it deals 1 damage to any target and it has Storm. So whenever you cast it, I mean, not whenever, you copy it for each spell casted before this turn. You may choose new targets for the copies. So if you cast it, I'm going to use 10 again as an example. So if you casted 10 spells beforehand, you get to copy it 10 times. Next is Brain Freeze, which says target player puts the top 3 cards of their library into their graveyard, and it has Dawn. Next is Galvanic Relay. What this is, it exiles the top card of your library, and you can play that card during your next turn, and it has Dawn. Next, I just want to go through 2 infinite combos I got in the deck. One is the Grinning Ingus combo, where you have Burgi, God of Storytelling. It has 2 effects, but the only one suitable is whenever you cast a spell, add 1 red mana. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. Next is Grinning Ingus. What it does is, for 2 of any and a red, oh yeah, I forgot Burgi also casts that much, is a elemental that has an effect of paying a red mana and returning Grinning Ingus to the hand. You add 2 colors and 1 red. This can only be used as a sorcery. So essentially, you cast Grinning Ingus, you get 1 red mana from Burgi, then you can use that red mana to return Grinning Ingus to your hand. Then, because of its effect of giving you 2 colorless and 1 red mana, you can cast him again, since that is mana cost. You get 1 red mana, you bring him back, and you essentially get Infinite Storm with that effect, with that combo. Next is Dual Caster Mage and Sublime Epiphany. For this, it's create a token that's a copy of target creature you control for Sublime Epiphany. Next is Dual Caster Mage has Flash, and when it enters the battlefield, you copy target instead of sorcery spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. So what you do is you cast Sublime Epiphany, then in response, cast Dual Caster Mage, copying Sublime Epiphany. You get a creature token that's a copy of Dual Caster Mage. Then you copy Sublime Epiphany again, while it's on the stack. You get infinite Dual Caster Mages and Sublime Epiphany copies. And with stuff like Stonekin Artist, it'll certainly give you a lot of treasures. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you love Gnostro, Voice of the Crag Sires. And if he can rip up a storm, then I'm sure you can rip up a storm by subscribing and ringing the bell. And if I can't think. If he can gain life by tapping, then you can gain life by tapping that subscribe button. Bye.